Hi friends, happy to welcome you all back. So we had done two programs, Pandemic Heroes, and it's wonderful response when everybody loved to watching Laila as was Rima from Lebanon, and a lot of takeaway. I personally take away from their experience sharings and that. The wonderful watch that videos are. Now today again going to be a very special day. We're going to learn a lot of things about prospecting, and today I got a very good friend of me from MDRT, and she was a dynamic lady and very bold, all the way from Sri Lanka. You know, the country like Sri Lanka, how stubbornly they have suffered and traveled back to with their fight back. You know, especially I want to talk about this particular lady being very strong for last 15 years in this industry on MDRT. She qualified for 15 times MDRT and 11 times COT and one time TOT. But we got to see it. The TOT is so special because she achieved in the pandemic. So I'm happy to welcome Sepalika from Sri Lanka. So I'm just connecting Sepalika, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
Good morning, Sakti.
Happy to connect with you. How's things in Sri Lanka? All things okay, Sri Lanka?
Things are okay. Yeah, we're going battle on. No problem. Okay.
So I just make some short brief about Sepalika, ma'am. She was been with I met her in 2015 when I went to New Orleans convention. So I met her for that. Then after that, we have a lot of takeaways. I used to, whenever I meet her, I'll get a lot of inputs, and then she been part of MCC, and she be the country chair for more than 2 years with Sri Lanka. She created a lot of awareness about MDRTs, and she created a lot of advising into Sri Lankan community. Then she also not only the MDRT forum, she been part of Rotary Club into Sri Lanka as well as Maldives, and she recently received the award from major donor from Rotary Foundation. And she also worked several committees in MDRTs, and she was a strong member of MDRT Foundation also. Allowed to be here that, and she done Limera USA training program, another thing. So I'm talking so much about Sepalika, ma'am. Let listen from her what she wanted to talk about that, and we have come out the exacting questions to ask you about the 15 years journey for her. Ma'am, over to you. So you can able to tell him short brief about yourself and how motivatedly you join this professional for all our members, ma'am. Thank you.
Greetings from Sri Lanka. Thank you, Shakti, for this great initiative that you have embarked on, where the global membership will benefit with experiences of each other. And thank you for letting me share of what I do to enrich Sri Lankan communities, mainly on financial advice. It's about, actually, as you had been asking how I have entered the profession, it's very momentum for me, where I had been in corporates like the blue chip companies like Haley's, the National Carrier, Air Lanka, then Air Lanka, now Sri Lankan Airlines. And I worked for Caterpillar Agents, United Tractors, and the Cinnamon Grand, the 5-star facility. Then it was Lanka Oberoi then. So I had been working in corporate sectors so many years, and suddenly I saw an advertisement appearing in the paper saying that Sepalika Life is looking for corporate sales managers to advise the corporates, the companies in the country, to to educate them on retirement planning, on life insurance and staff benefit schemes. This retirement planning really attracted me. You know why? My mom and my dad are retirees. They enjoy the pensions from the government. Up to date, they haven't asked a single cent from me or my sister. they had been living a very independent life, had a happy life. So even today, my mom, being 86 years, is never a burden to us. She manages her own finances. I thought, why not I give that comfort to each and every corporate individuals or corporates that I meet. So this really attracted me. So I joined them. There were 5 corporate sales managers in the vacancy list, and there were 4 sought within the company. And I was the only one who was selected out of 276 applicants from the paper. So it was Mr. Devan Kure, my mentor, who taught me life insurance. I think the Indians know him well. Life insurance and the staff benefit schemes. And I went on bringing up the relationships I have built up many years through my corporates that I worked with, like Sri Lankan Airlines, like Haley's, to the business. So what I did was I kept on meeting these friends in the companies, and I had been promoting and advising them on the importance of financial planning to each one I meet, especially on retirement and life insurance, to each one I met. It could be a company CEO, or maybe a senior manager, or maybe the company CEO's driver, a courier, or a nursing aide, whoever whom I met through these companies that I walked into day in and day out. I had been talking to them on what I did. So this is how I got into this profession.
Wow, ma'am.
Did I answer you right?
I start listening you because the way you spoke, that's the way you, I think that attracts the client, right? So I admire about watching you, way they use presented at that. Let's talk about the experience, what you had with the client interaction and other things. So let's move on to the program because I'm not want to take much time of you. And the first question I written it, but anyway, you're given a broad example, and that's still I'm putting that good. What motivated to come to the professional? And can you share about the experience? How was the experience when working with Sri Lankan insurance industry? So, so much of struggles and Sri Lankan market took place, and the years took place. So the strong woman like you, how you survived on this? That is what the point of that question is.
When I had been working in the corporate sector, the national career, right? The real plush settings that I worked in. When I came into go on streets selling life insurance, since I didn't know my driving proper, I had no parking in the main office in the Colombo Fort. So I had to park my vehicle around 1 kilometer away and walk up to the office, report to the office, attend the morning meeting, and walk again right through Colombo Fort, Colombo 1, Colombo 2, and talking to my friends. I spoke to my friends, and I was kind of introducing these little knowledge that I got for that time from my boss, and I was imparting this knowledge into my friends, mostly who had been working in the corporate. So it was not easy because I was sweating, I was kind of becoming darker. I'm anyway dark, so becoming darker, and then they were questioning me when I got onto their offices, walked into their offices. What's wrong with you? Why are you doing this? Right? You had been working like us in an office in AC, right? And then in all the comforts on earth, and you had been flying to many destinations through Sri Lanka. Why are you doing this? Why are you walking streets? So that was their question. It was really tough on me. But I had my boss, Mr. Devan Kure, and my very, very effective mentors in my company who taught me the importance of what I do. So I listened to my clients, prospective client prospects, and I just kept quiet. Why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? So I had to strike a balance in between. I felt I have a passion. I have a passion to keep people happy. I have a passion to keep people, financially secure for their future. It's my passion because I enjoy that happiness. I enjoy that comfort. Having my mom and dad being in retirement, but I didn't have any plans. I knew how grave situation I am in without life insurance. For me, if my kids do not have me right now for their education, what would happen? So I started understanding concepts of life insurance within my life, and I inculcated that. I actually got onto life insurance very late in my life, got onto retirement very late in my life, and I could impart that knowledge into everyone I met through this. So in the arena that I started work in 2004, life insurance is buying the country. Kind of life insurance was not known in the country, right? It's like kind of not very popular. I would say it's very unpopular. We didn't have agents, professional agents to promote life insurance, and it was kind of very tough for me to go forward. But I believed in what I learned. I believed that I can impart this kind of important knowledge in people. I had a very stable stage to play. That is the leader of life insurance called Selling for Life. So I knew that I have a very solid grounding and very solid products to serve the clients. So I went on. And at the tough time, while all my friends were enjoying their jobs from the seats from their corporate companies, I walked streets to impart this knowledge in many clients. And they are still my clients after 18 years. I think you got me, okay?
Yeah. You got a lovely smile, and the way you speak, I understand the confidence you have, and you believe yourself, what you really wanted. I think one thing that you talk about the age, and I don't agree with that. In insurance, we don't have any age limit to that. It's the only thing we need to protect. Point that I'm happy that you are doing every day for that, not only in the insurance, in the Rotary also. So God bless you. So we move to the next questions. We normally ask all the members who've been coming here. So I strongly believe on whole person concept. Can you share about your family and your professional life? Can you share about one habit you do regularly to keep yourself?
It has a lot, my work and life has a lot of common thing with it. I would say I apply whole person concept every day in my life. Where I apply spiritual, the relationships, career, finance, the education, service, all in one day. We get up early morning at between 4:30 and 5. And we are in spiritual prayers or spiritual discussion for about 1.5 hours. That gives us a huge mental freedom, huge freedom for your life to, mainly extend love to others. So we go on getting into our either yoga or exercises after that, and make sure that we have all three balanced diets. Because my husband is a dental surgeon, he's very particular about his diets. So I also in turn had followed the same thing and eat very healthy food. So these are very important things that we put in our life together, where we have a mental, physical, and spiritual balance. And then we get on to our jobs at 8 o'clock. I would say I have 40 points that I achieve every day. That is around 10 with my personal life, around 30 with my career life. The career life, I touch around 30 clients a day. And what I do, I don't sell with them. I don't, discuss much of business with them, but I talk life with them. I sometimes share with them and teach with them how to have a work-life balance. And I would enrich their lives and get on to at 30 points by enriching those 30 clients. And finally, when I have, fulfilled their happiness for those 30 clients, and I have fulfilled the family happiness with those very important points like spiritual, mental, and physical balance in my family, I feel I have lived the whole person's life. So the relationships matter. Then I attend to something on MDRT, talking to an MDRT member in the evening, talking to you, talking to maybe Glory, maybe Sandro, someone that I want to acquire knowledge with, maybe Sanjay. So we connect with each other in the evening and, learn from them. Sometimes I'm connect to MCC and help support them wherever possible in Sri Lanka and in the zone. Likewise. And I talk to Rotary as well, and I actually still I work with Rotary a lot, so I am connected to them as well. So I feel work-life balance had helped me to achieve all what I have achieved today. Did I answer you right? I don't know.
Yeah, great. So can you tell about the family?
Just to disturb you there, you asked me how I am happy. How I have energy to do this. The energy that is acquired is actually practicing whole person concept that I learned from MDR. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Can you share about your family members, ma'am? Still you talk about a mother, father. I think that's what's keeping so happy. One. And the second one is that you've been a busy person in your life right now. We see a lot of clients and Rotary works and other too. Do you spend time with your family, ma'am? I hope.
Yes. Actually, I work only 5 days. The balance 2 days, I had been working all 7 days last years. But now I make sure that I don't work Saturday, Sunday. So I do a lot with my family. I have 3 houses to maintain. One up on a hill in Kandy. The other one is my main house. I live in Kadawatha, a suburb of Colombo. And then I actually have a little space in Colombo as well. So we have an apartment in Colombo. So what we do is we have to maintain all these 3 houses for us to live, to go see my mom, then to go and have a little holiday during the weekend, and then to maintain my Colombo office and all that. So it's Colombo space as well. So it's a little tough, but I would say all these houses are spot clean. All these houses have very less furniture, very less big spaces, and I would say a happy place for anyone to walk in. Say my mom has friends coming in, walking in, so everything has been my effort, and I actually do a lot of work with them during weekends. Weekdays I do a lot with work with my clients, but in weekends I work with my home. We are in our second marriage. My husband is a dental surgeon and an Air Vice Marshal from Sri Lanka Air Force. He has 3 kids. I have 2 kids. They're all grown-ups, and 4 of them are married. And we have 1 daughter. Actually, 2 or 3 of them are married. And we have 1 daughter and 4 sons. So they also support, actually 2 of my sons are supporting me a lot in my business. They support on IT. They support me on strategic decisions. And I have my sister supporting me on all the corporate gifts. She's planning on my corporate gifts. And actually sometimes my sons drive me to appointments when they have a little time. And my husband is, I would say, my faculty. He is with knowledge of wealth, with his vast experiences that he gained from Air Force. He's is a dentistry commission chair in Asia Pacific region. The squash player, golf player. So he's into many aspects and many arenas. So his knowledge is like what I learned from, and he's my consultant in my business. So I would say it's family. It's family inculcated in my business. So they all help me out to do this.
Thank you, ma'am. Actually, why I put these questions, normally people see us being heroes, or they see as a professional. That but in the background, we are people's like your sons and the husbands are those people are really a motivation for us to push to order to our professional. That's what I'm just bringing, because the members could watching right now, they said the success point, these people are definitely your time taken in being protecting somebody is definitely, there are somebody else be protecting you to success in your life. That's what I'm just highlighting here. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for sharing for your families. Definitely, when visit Sri Lanka, I'll visit you one of your houses over there in Sri Lanka. Definitely at that.
I'm going to take you to my hilly home in
Oh,
Kandy.
great, ma'am. Great, great. Happy to visit you soon. Hope the pandemic ends and definitely I travel to Sri Lanka on that. Ma'am, I admire about the question. So I'm going to the next question now. How you worked in this pandemic achieve TOT? What is the secret of success? Becoming 15 times MDRT and COT and TOT?
I would say actually my aim was to always become a TOT. So, but during the pandemic, I forgot that I have to be a TOT. All what I did during the pandemic was trying to find out exactly, with the extra time I got, try to find out exactly what happened to my clients. Most of the clients were in isolation. They were, separated from the children because they had to go through a lot of quarantine times. And most of the clients who are sailing, actually, like I have a lot of crewing members in sailing from captains down to seamen. They had been in ships more than a year. So, I mean, they didn't have ports to get off. So the home situation for them was very sad. The wives were managing probably sometimes without much food around, the closed in the closed environments. And then the mothers, the elder mothers were suffering without seeing the sons for a long time. So they each family I spoke to, each client I spoke to had a major issue, not normal general issues, had major issues. So I spent a lot of time talking to them, mostly on the phone. And I would say I only listened to them. I didn't do anything else. I only listened to them. I had, periodic calls with them. Actually, I prayed for them in my spiritual hours. I prayed for them, and I wanted them to do better. I ensured that I get that message back across to them so that they were happy. And they are, through these relationships, they understood how, how good this person is, like a partner in life. So I became a partner in life with them, not like a financial advisor or a professional financial person, but as a, partner in life with them. That actually was, making the gap very thin, become from my ego self to the natural self. I am a very natural person with them, so they really liked it, and I would say I always wanted to be part of them. And finally, when things have kind of normalized a little bit, they had time to look at their plans, and they saw that there is a huge financial fortune through the plans that we have given them for their retirement, for their life assurance and critical illness needs and disability. And the companies understood, the CEOs of the companies understood how beneficial these policies are. They had little more time to look at all this. So what they did was they either enhanced or either added new people into it, or kind of got on to fresh plans, or made me as a referral and introduce new businesses, or obviously the becoming TOT was kind of very automatic, very natural, with true love and care for my clients.
Great, ma'am. That's how you achieve your TOTs. And recently we had an interaction also. You said about you can able to generate more prospects. So I'm just putting because anyway there's power of prospecting, right? So that is what people are struggling to get in the market right now. So what kind of prospecting activity you're doing with your client? Share a few ideas, advisor like me, to want to increase the productivity to reach it. So that is the idea began to interview for you.
prospecting is never an exercise of in isolation. Prospecting is within me. Say I talk to someone, I know that this person has a gap in their financial needs. So every conversation is prospecting. So we talk, we have big talks about golf, about squash, or about whatever we talk in common. The final discussion is about their financial security. Each one I meet, maybe a company CEO or decision maker, or a courier person, a nurse, or a teacher that I meet, I talk to them finally on securing their financial future. So each one I meet is a prospect. So when I meet a CEO, that CEO has 1,000 members in his company. All those 1,000 people are my prospects. And if I meet a nurse in the nursing company, I become their, referral. And then there are, I would say a good 500 nurses that could join me. So at hand, if I say I have 1,000 prospects that can be turned into clients right now, it's not wrong, because my portfolio is bigger. I have around 70 companies I serve with more than 11,000 clients. So it's about the clients bring referrals themselves with my advice. So prospecting is way of life.
Great, ma'am. So what kind of clients you deal with in your country, ma'am? There is any specific of insurance you are focusing to give? So you talk about retirement, right? So now, then after the pandemic or in this pandemic, any specific area you are targeting your client mainly?
Yeah, I'm assigned to work with corporates on corporate advising, on corporate assurance advising. So I actually advise the company decision makers and CEOs to buy staff benefit schemes to their employees. So that is mainly on life assurance, critical illness policies, disability policies, and education plan and retirement plan. So this mostly is for companies, but I do individually as well. I have around 2,000 individual clients that I work with. So mainly on those areas. And I would say if you want me to segment them proper, it's about group insurance and retirement, mostly. That is how these prospects are serving.
2,000 clients on a segment. How hard to find the service? Do you find any difficulty on that service?
Can you?
The 2,000 clients, how hard you to find servicing them? Right.
It's very tough. Servicing the clients are very tough because of the number. I would say a good 11,000 clients. I would get around 100 calls a day. So what we have done was, we have trained our island-wide network, the staffs of all the branches, to support our clients. And on top of it, we have trained our clients to serve themselves online. Given them online support to serve their, kind of change of address or change of beneficiaries. Sometimes they do it on their own because they are not in the country itself. They have been, sailing or flying or whatever. So, they do a lot of online work as well, and they are very smart to, work with my head office as well. But as the clients, they always like to, click with me at least once a year. So what I do is I invite them once a year to my office. So servicing is the key. Servicing is what matters.
Great, ma'am. I understand. So, did any other prospecting programs you do with the monthly connect with them, collect some data, kind of things? Do you have any activity you do, ma'am, for the prospecting?
Yes, actually, I do. I had actually Srilanka Airports is one of my biggest clients. What I did was I had been continuously visiting the camps and bases, promoting these messages, and they buy in the spot itself, in the camp itself. Or else, like, I get into physical presentations through the companies, or now mostly on virtual presentation. Mostly what happens now is each call is a client that want to come into my office to sign up.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful.
So I meet a client, I close the sale. It's because they have seen me doing this. They have seen their colleagues getting claims. They have seen through companies how beneficial their retirement policies are, how beneficial their critical illness and life insurance policies are. So they come to my office actually to, finalize their policy.
Wonderful, ma'am. Happy to see that the days are coming back. The client visiting the office and doing it, it's always a great sign of the service what you did for the country. That is what I look forward on that.
I would say a master warrant officer or a group captain or a wing commander always visit my office. A CEO, sometimes their top management visit my office. I don't go to see them much.
Great, great, great. So, ma'am, just moving to our favorable questions, that how did MDRT help you in your growth in your profession?
Yeah, I would say MDRT is the turning point in my life. I've been globally connected through the Sri Lankan Airlines, through the Caterpillar agents that I worked with, and Haley's blue chip companies, a little bit. I knew the global knowledge is really, really helpful for you to grow. So when my boss was training me, saying, okay, you should achieve MDRT, I always liked it because I wanted to be globally connected. My father always said, explore the world. So when I actually attended the annual meeting in Canada, I saw the entire change in my life, because I saw people like me all over in the annual meeting. People who want to, help others, people who want to, the brothers and sisters whom I saw wanted to help each other, share with them, grow with them, try to learn a lot with them. So kind of it's a team that we work together and grow together. So this really touched me. So as MDRT members work in high ethical conduct with exceptional client service and with an exceptional professional knowledge, that touched me. I think that is why I'm really attracted to MDRT, and I want to get all our Sri Lankan aspirants to be MDRT.
Great, ma'am. That's what I meet you also in the meetings, right? So, do you travel regularly to the MDRT forum, right? So you do presentations into focus section, MDRT speaks, and I see you being the flag bearer for Sri Lanka, and I'm very honored to be interviewing today. So now the general objections in the minds of all over the universe, like specifically on Asian members, where why I have to register for MDRT membership, right? So I have a specific question on that. Advisors think why we need to register for MDRT or any other expenses they have to spend for their professional. What was your view on why it is so important to do as a insurance professional?
If I ask you, a doctor or an engineer pay for their own professional fees, right? So I see my husband attending, many conferences outside Sri Lanka, and we become a member in different bodies. Like, he doesn't go and ask anyone else to pay for it, right? So likewise, like, we are the financial doctors, we are a professional person. So the professional upgrade in our life is for us. It is that we are improving ourselves. So why are we seeking others to pay for our professional improvement, our professional careers? Our upgrade is for us. So I feel it's very degrading for us, from someone else, to pay for our professional fees. So anyway, it's up to companies for them to give gifts, like, pay the professional fee or the look after the members. It's up to the company. But we should be initiative to pay our professional fee as if like we pay our, utility bills if we are a professional.
It's very mandatory, right, ma'am, to grow in your professional, to admire about, you need to connect with the people, and the valid certified, that is very, very important. So I really feel the MDRT is not the word until you registered. So you need to register, and COT or TOT, you need to register yourself. That has to be some forum the people can that bring you, take you to the wherever you go, there people that identify for you to grow in your profession. So thanks for that answer, ma'am. I hope it reach more advisors to register for them into MDRT. So what kind of CSR activity you carry on your life and professional life?
Shakti, my home in the Columbus suburb in Kadavata, I had seen my mom and my dad always had open gates, open house for anyone, any villagers to walk in. And all the villagers who walked in to my house had a lovely solution from my mom or from my dad. So we saw, they come with a struggled feeling, but they go out of my house with some solution. So I thought that's really lovely, because everyone walks out very happy. Why not I give that happiness to people? So that's how I got attracted to giving to people. Where I saw Rotary as one of the very lovely means to do it, where they talk about service, they talk about, enhancing people's lives, providing water, sanitation, education, literacy, and, building hospitals, and go on. So it's so on. So it's about upgrading people's lives and making people happy. So I saw them doing it, and then I became a Rotarian in 2009, and actually, I served them as an assistant governor last year, mainly enriching people's lives and making Rotarians to be becoming better members, and making youths to serve in the committees in Rotary, Rotaractors and Interactors. So I'm still advising the Rotaractors in Kandy. And these are avenues that I can, give back to the community. I became a major donor. Both of us became major donors last year, donating beyond US dollars 10,000 to the MDRT Foundation. Likewise, I got an opportunity to serve in the MDRT Gibbs Day Foundation Committee, and raise funds globally and locally, also to contribute to the foundation. So these things make me very happy. I know that some people will be happy with our little activity.
So is that mandatory, ma'am? A lot of people think that doing donation or a foundation spending, there's not much. I heard a lot of people would have said that to the point that, but I've been part of MDRT Foundation for some. I know I helped when the pandemic. I helped a lot of people on the things. So I learned something. You are not the getter. You should be a giver on that. So this is something very important. You need to help people on whenever you're able to do it, right, ma'am? That's what you have been with the Rotary as well as the foundations of MDRT promoting. How was your experience with working with the MDRT Foundation?
Experience with
MDRT Foundation.
MDRT Foundation Committee on Gibbs Day was a wonderful team. So I find that people getting together, trying to help support the foundation to collect some money on worthy causes, like helping, global needy communities through their members. So I am appealing to all our members to, identify areas where they need support in their own countries, so that the foundation can help. And they also can contribute. They need not necessarily contribute, but they can actually find places in their own countries to have a foundation where foundation could help support. So it worked both ways. Person who wants to give, foundation is a wonderful experience. Person who wants to receive for their own country, that is also a wonderful experience. I would just add something here. Me and my husband, actually, I was coming in Facebook once last year, introducing one of my corporate clients as a Rotarian. She's a chief human resource officer of a company, and I introduced her to one of the clubs in Colombo. So I came on Facebook. One of the other clients saw me in the Facebook and said, "Hey, Sepalika, you're in Rotary. We need your help. We need to bring you down some funds, and you identify a pandemic project." By that time, my husband was reached out, asked to give some, immediate facility to Lagdala Hospital, because they don't have an intensive care unit for the entire region. So we could bring down US $10,000 from the Rotary Foundation, actually not from one of my clients' foundation. Actually, it's Avery Dennison Foundation, and we could build the Lagdala Hospital intensive care unit with US $10,000. Sorry, $50,000 US. That was around 10 million rupees. So this is just the thought that we have to help others. So this is what we can do in Rotary and in MDRT Foundation.
Proud of you, ma'am. Proud of you. So being associated with you. So in Sri Lanka, currently the crisis is there. So do you have any specific product investment you suggest to a client to overcome the crisis or stabilize that dollar and rupee value fluctuation on that? In Sri Lanka, do you have any specific product you've been focusing on that?
You mean to counter the fluctuation, is it?
Yeah.
We don't have any products to counter the fluctuation, economic fluctuation. We don't have. But what we do is we do keep our products very, with very high returns in the company, where we can, when we give back to the client has a worthwhile accumulation in their education plans, in their future savings plans, and in their retirement plans. So our returns are very high than a bank in the country.
Wow, that's a good news, ma'am.
The highest, I would say.
Yeah, the great one. So, Abhi, India is a neighbor for Sri Lanka. So, just want to ask this particular questions right now. It may be motivate a lot of people watching this one. What kind of difficult times you face in your country, where the war or the difficult times you have faced it? So, keep yourself successful. Advisor, can you share what the best idea used in your business on those particular times, or at present also you're following the same one? Like you're doing keep smiling, keep like those kind of activities also. But the country itself, or somewhere going for the painful stories, we see a lot of countries like that. So what was your being so strong on that?
Shakti, I believe Sri Lanka is placed so tropically. So, I would say such a powerful place. The placement of Sri Lanka is very unique, where we attract a lot of global energy, right? Some of the people understand this, where the universal law acts very well in our country, where cause and effect act very well in our country. So if I just share with you, when I started working with my company in 2004, from 2004 to date, for the last 18 years, I had been facing pandemic. I would say we had tsunami, right? We were just actually we were the insurance lead at that time. So we had tsunami, we had political issues, we had huge war going on in the country for long years till about 2008-9. And then it was kind of economic tsunamis, with political arenas, with different political agendas. And it's like kind of now the financial tsunami that my company faced, having some other companies, trying to, trying to steal public money, and all that into now is the pandemic. So I would say from 2004 to date, I had been facing pandemic in my professional life. But what I believe in is that I was the same person. I knew that these are happening around, but I did go on a very strong, a very nice mindset. That's about loving and caring people. Irrespective of what was happening around, I had a duty to look after my clients. So I went ahead doing that one. And my company, I would say, had the same guidance, same, I would say, same intelligence to look after the clients. So my company and I rhymed so well, where we went straight serving the client. So what happened was the universal law acts on us very well. We continued to do good things, and all good things happened to me and my company. So we, all good things happen to the clients as well, because the clients believed in us. It's a win-win-win situation for everyone. Yeah, I would say it's positive thinking. Apart from all that's happening around, you went ahead straight up achieving your objectives. Actually, I touched 30 points every day or beyond.
Great. So very bold and the way impressive, ma'am, that you're talking about. So nowadays I see that in this, not only in the Indian market to the global market, that people start give up. So we don't want to be in the professional for so long, or 1 or 2 years they become members and they go after that. So what was your advisor as a new advisor or aspirant to reach their life goals to be sustainability on this industry now?
You mean what advice?
Yeah.
To give
for the new advisors and aspirants.
The new advisors and aspirants are in an extremely lovely stage, because we have created that stage for them. There are the people in the country or in the globe had started believing in insurance, believing in financial planning, and they have started, trusting the financial advisor, trusting the companies, and the companies have over-delivered what they have promised. So I would say the advisors, the aspirants, the MDRT aspirants, or the new financial advisors are in an excellent setting for them to perform, right? So all what they have got to do is do their work in persistency, in consistency, and with gratitude. So if you have the right mindset, the caring, loving mindset, with the improving knowledge and skills, you are through and you can reach where you want to be.
Mindset changes everything, right? I'll agree with you, ma'am. So next questions that I'm just putting it to, you've been part of MCC Sri Lanka. I see Sri Lanka, after you've taken over, a lot of changes to be the country chair for 2 years. So can you share your experience and what kind of difference you make? So why as a MDRT members has to give contribution back to the MCC also?
I would say MDRT MCC was a very tough cause, because those days in 2012, when I took over as country chair, the companies didn't see each other. The members in the companies didn't see each other. They were always rivals. They always had something to fight and become the better than the other. So they always had been in a constant fight. Where when I was taking over as country chair, it was kind of maybe no one liked it. No one liked my. No one even didn't know, right? Like I was appointed country chair, but when I said this is from MDRT Sri Lanka, I was writing to the CEOs. Actually, luckily I knew these CEOs because some of them have been my teachers, some are in the insurance learning, or some of them I have seen in the congresses, or like even I have met them. So what I did was I was getting into building relations with them. So my companies sometimes thought, okay, I'm going to, go into another company, right? Likewise, they had their own thoughts. Some of the companies wanted to invite me to their companies, but I had one goal. That is to inculcate this beautiful message of MDRT into every CEO. So all what I did was inculcating the MDRT concepts into every CEO that I meet. So I carried on that exercise for more than 1 to 2 years, where I showed them when you have a solid MDRT member in your company, a company is going to be thriving with one. When you have 10, when you have 1,000, that is the company's growth. So they understood it so well. When anyone is doing ethical business with an exceptional client, outstanding service, with a very high professional knowledge, every company thrived on their membership. So CEOs took it very, 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 very positive. And they helped me to grow their memberships, to enhance the intercompany relationships. And we are now seen as one MDRT Sri Lanka. All that was because everyone helped, not only the CEOs, but all the members. And finally, who became MCC company chairs, country chairs, they all helped to get this MDRT concept, Sri Lanka concept very right. And now we are a family.
Wow, that's good. That's a wonderful news. Any specific message for the current year members, ma'am?
The current year members. I would say nothing.
Not only the current year members, including all MDRTs in Sri Lanka.
Yeah, it's about that they should be very happy for what they are. They have achieved MDRT membership. All what they need to do is to love and care their members, like how they, love their family, and love the members and their clients and their company, like how they, love their family. Everything else will fall on them. Yeah, that's the message I want to give them.
Thank you. I also agree the message what you said about that. Being part of the neighbor country on that. So, ma'am, I see in your proposal about talk about learning. You put Libra. So you keep learning, right? So learning the key of success. So what kind of training or learning help you in your profession? Can you suggest to other members? What are the trainings or learning they can able to take it their profession?
I would say when I joined, I was having an executive diploma in business administration from Columbia University. I had all the qualifications to a corporate, but not anything on insurance. So my boss always said, "You don't know insurance, right?" So I didn't like that one. So I started learning insurance. I went and acquired, achieved a diploma in insurance from the local insurance institute. And I did Limbra USA, had a tough course with Limbra USA as a master financial advisor. And I actually visited into building a business and having a business of my nature called Financial Advisor Incorporation. Producing business to selling for life was something very new to me. I saw this happening with Jennifer Borislow, or I saw this happening in India with you, or with I would say Anand Chetan and all my friends like Rajesh Satoshka and all my friends like Preeti. But I couldn't do it myself. So I had my guru, Mr. Haridas, who took me to Malaysia and trained me how to have your own agency. So I say each and everything I did in the profession, like the kind of educational knowledge, like Limbra USA, plus the practical knowledge I had in Malaysia and in Sri Lanka, day-to-day learning and, talking to you, I learned. So these are kind of constant. learning had been my forte. I always love to see what I don't know, love to learn what I don't know.
Learning is the key, and I do learning. So that is the interview I'm right now doing it. It is not learning the books, learning the members from the real-time experience. And thank you, ma'am, for sharing that things. And whenever I do the videos, and when we feel down, right? So the markets are down, not. I start watching the videos, and again. That is the purpose of the video. Definitely some kind of points will trigger you that what you missed out in your regular activity you are doing. That is what the idea began. So that is what the learning is keep do that. I been with study groups, and we learn with MDRT resource zone. So keep learning is the key of this industry to grow. And I agree with that. Yeah.
I would say MDRT is my biggest learning tool.
Great, ma'am. Great. So in this pandemic, what was your biggest learning in business? Any specific client stories you want to share with us, ma'am? Any experience stories? Are you more admire about any stories?
Yeah, actually, pandemic taught me a lot, Shakti. Pandemic taught, actually, I knew it a little bit, but it got emphasized and incarnated in my life. Where your natural living is the key to everyone's happiness. And I saw happiness is the best wealth in the world. And I saw people who are doing good things moved forward without a problem. I see people who are doing bad things were falling. So I saw cause and effect, happening very seriously in the pandemic. So I started doing, continued and started doing more and more good things. All what I did was not business, but doing good things for my clients and good things for my family. Having more time with my mom, being my actually right now, the best thing I like in my life is to be my mom's servant, cleaning up her spaces and, likewise. So it's that this pandemic taught me that living naturally with all the good things will only take you forward, nothing else. All the bluffing, all the put up things like, even makeup, right? Does not matter, right? Sometimes like had been in jeans and in my t-shirts throughout my, pandemic time. But when I did big business, that is through pure, wholehearted love and care I had for my clients. My clients feel it. So I feel that's the biggest learning I had in the pandemic, where I could inculcate family and professional life together. I have no difference. I love my family the same way I love my clients. So I could really merge the entire, I would say the entire life of a day very perfectly, because I love each one, right? Yeah, I would say that Lord Buddha has taught. You learn to love other people the way that you love your son. So I actually start and try to do that. That's what I learned.
Great, ma'am, and helping your mother, and I'm very proud of that. So even I crossed in the pandemic with a lot of struggles and other things, but still, it is a learning. Keep doing it for it. So we're coming to the end, and I'm going to be the last question I'm asking you. What was your goal of the year? And women advisors like all around the world. So they are their strength in the company, their strength in the countries and other things. What was your motivational message to them around the world, women advisors?
The things that you need to do has to be done, irrespective of what happens around you. So the planned daily activity has to be finished within the day. So focus on your day. Go by your day very, very competent, very carefully, and watch your mindset. Out of hatred, out of anger, and out of craving. If you can master this, you're a winner in your profession, you're a winner in your life. This is what I'm trying to practice, and that's my goal. And I will remain TOT until I live.
What was your goal for the year?
Pardon?
what was your goal of the year, ma'am? This year, what you
yeah,
plan to do?
to remain TOT and to be the most valuable business, most loving business for the country. Yeah, the most sought after business for the country.
Wow.
And to remain TOT.
Great.
Until I live.
Great, and all the best for your career. All the best for your the way you are looking. Sure, again in the futures, I'm again connecting with you for learning more, because I don't find this is I can if we keep asking you questions, I get a lot of information. So for the time concerns, I'm going out of the interview right now. Maybe in the future again I'll come back. So keep encouraging members like us to do more, and keep sharing your thoughts, and mainly God bless you for what you're doing, ma'am.
Shakti, I want to say thank you and salute you for all the good things you do, connecting all of us together and making all of us learn. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much for the valuable input. Dear friends, today we have learned something from the legend, Sepalika ma'am, all the way from Sri Lanka. So next, we will come with some other topics with life learning and reach you to grow in your professional. Thank you, ma'am. Your valuable inputs will definitely need it for a life insurance industry. And you are a true pandemic hero. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.